Welcome back to Two Girls, One Episode, where we react, we roast, and we judge the fuck out of your favorite and our favorite shows. I'm Hunter.
And I'm Tash. And today we are diving into Bridgerton, the first season of...
Been waiting for this. I have been waiting for this. This is my Super Bowl.
This was Hunter's favorite show. This is where she dipped out of SVU and joined the Pollen fandom. Yeah. So
Season 1, Episode 1. I'm so excited for this one. There's a couple of... God. So there's a song in this one that was, I'm not even joking, my 2024, most played.
Oh, your Spotify Wrapped?
3 out of 5 of my top songs were Bridgerton songs.
Oh, I love that. Oh my gosh, that's so amazing.
God. And then there's the dance sequence that you get in the first episode of this one. That is just my absolute favorite thing ever.
Amazing. So, I have background watched this. So I haven't, properly watched.
Mm-hmm.
I had it as background noise. And then Tantress annoying. So I've properly watched season 3.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fair.
And nothing else in between. But I have read the book. So it'll be interesting to see.
And I have done the opposite. I have not read their book, but I have watched the show.
So yeah, I mean, I've read the book. We'll see what the difference is. I'm gonna make sure that I've read the second one before we get to the second season, so that I'll read the books before we get to those. But yeah, so it'll be good and interesting. But this is season 1, episode 1, Diamond of the first season.
First water or first season?
First water. Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Close enough.
That's a Lady Whistledown reference. So
same thing.
A lot of people get so this fandom is just wild. So a lot of people don't like the Featheringtons, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I always thought it was fucking hilarious that the first family you actually see in this series is the Featheringtons.
Right.
you don't even see the Bridgertons the first scene.
That's so funny.
It's ridiculous.
Of the Baron
See, look.
Featherington.
The what?
Look at
3 misses.
the first
Hoist
family you
on
see.
the marriage market like sorrowful sows by their tasteless,
Also the corset.
tactless mama. Tighter! Far better odds.
So
might
wild
exist
that
in the household
women just
of the
existed with their
widowed
organs shoved up
Viscountess
under the...
Marina.
Oh, I know. I could never.
A shockingly prolific
Was that a
family,
bee?
noted for its
Yep.
bounty of perfectly handsome sons and
Also, I have a newfound love for Jonathan Bailey
Mm-hmm.
after Wicked.
Although him in season 1 is
Right.
barf.
Okay, Eloise is definitely my favorite though.
Oh yeah, no. Eloise is the best.
You must make haste!
She just thinks
Did you think she heard me?
how very
No, ma'am, I don't think
perfect
she did.
indeed.
she's so great. I fucking
Oh.
love her.
So much fun.
How are they waving to each other? Because their houses are so far apart.
They got super vision, apparently. They need binoculars. See, this is also really interesting because obviously the first book is only from Daphne's point of view.
Mm-hmm.
And so all of this... I mean, it's a good way to start your morning. Sure, why not?
Welcome to Bridgerton. You see ass in the first 2 minutes.
That's so funny.
To Her Majesty, the Queen.
I never understood why all the
May God
Featherington
have
sisters were being
mercy on their
presented
souls.
together. Because they're all different ages.
Prudence Featherington. Miss
Well, I know,
Philippa
for example,
Featherington
Daphne, for
and
example, this is supposed to be her
Miss
third
Penelope
showing based on the book.
Featherington,
Really?
all
Yeah.
presented by their mother The
You
Right
show every
Honourable
year?
Lady
Yeah,
Featherington.
well, yeah, until you meet somebody. So, like,
That's
this is
weird.
apparently her third showing, but
Oh.
in the I think in this it's her first.
And she's like looking around.
Well, because Eloise and Penelope are supposed to be the same age, right?
Yes.
Oh, this one gliding.
Mm-hmm. She's so perfect.
Louisa's face.
No, they did Claudia Jessie wrong in this first season. Because why does she look like that?
To be fair, I would not, like, based on the interviews I've seen, I would not be surprised if, like, it was her idea to some point. She just seems
Yeah.
like that, just really funny like that. Like, look at her face. Mem is so regal.
Golda is just the best.
Flawless, my dear.
Just the way she holds herself.
I love the music in this show, man.
Well, like, this is really pretty.
Mm-hmm.
But that is definitely, like, the one thing I noticed when I had it in the background was that it was just, like, so nice and lovely to listen to,
Yeah.
and just
Mm-hmm.
Julie
Well, and
Andrews.
And then these are customized to every lead. So this is a duel. Yeah, like these things change every season.
Season?
Yeah.
Oh.
But
have to pay attention.
it only, for some reason, the whole theme only plays on the first episode of the season.
Oh,
Like
right.
if you'll notice, in any other episode, they won't play the theme song. I don't know why.
My name is Lady Whistledown. You do not know me, and rest assured you never shall. But be forewarned, dear reader,
Oh,
I...
Lady Danbury!
so
Legend.
badass.
Legend.
Well, at least she has one thing right. She is named Daphne as the season's incomparable. She calls you a diamond of the first water. Oh, how lovely.
Just, is Francesca the only one they
You
recast?
should not be surprised
Mhm.
if this Whistledown is revealed to be Violet Bridgerton herself. These pages certainly report on the Viscountess's family with much indulgence indeed.
Tell me about this cousin, joining you for the entire season.
She is a distant cousin of my husband, and with no close female relative to sponsor her debut, Lord Featherington has directed me to take her in for charity.
You are
Dude,
known to
all
be
of the
quite
sisters
charitable.
and the mother were
Precisely
so
what this
rude
new
to her
rumour monger
besides
should have published
Penelope.
instead of erroneous.
Right here.
Which doesn't make any sense. Because, like, why?
Sit this season out.
Penelope's nervous. This
She's
will be
so
her very
tiny.
first season.
I am not
It's
nervous
so
for
cute.
What she
But they
is
also did
too
it
stone
dirty
heavier
with
than
these
she ought
curls.
to be.
Lord Featherington's
Do you even
cousin
know
has
this one?
arrived, madam.
Mm-hmm. Well, from what I can remember, this isn't really their cousin.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The dad lost a bet with her dad, and so to pay him back or something like that, he said that he would marry her off. He would help marry her off.
Because, like, none of this is in the book.
Yeah, no.
Obviously. Like, Daphne doesn't know any of this.
Well, so pause it for a second. So Marina, you haven't read Eloise's book yet, but Marina, you know how she gets? Oh, you probably don't know because you haven't really watched it. But so she gets married. I don't want to spoil it actually, but Marina is in Eloise's book, and
Like, I
so
haven't
they
read
had
Eloise's.
and so they had to introduce her, I guess, somehow, and so I genuinely wonder if they're gonna put her in Eloise's season, because they brought her back for season 2, but they didn't bring her back for season 3. So I don't know. But yeah, she plays a big factor in Eloise's book, but they had to put her
Move
into
her
the show
forward.
beforehand. Yeah. But none of what she actually does in this series, besides maybe the end part, is her story.
As you know, I'm to host a ball this evening.
Yes.
I have managed to keep the details of your return quiet. But when those vulgar mammas discover that there is an eligible duke present at tonight's fete, I shall be able to
The
keep
way she
such a
chooses
secret
to
no longer.
That is what I was hoping to discuss. I've only
say her
returned to London
words
to
and the
deal with my
cadence in
late
which she
father's
uses is
affairs, and
so
afraid there's no
brilliant.
time to
Mm-hmm.
socialize. And so whilst I appreciate your most gracious invitation, Lady Danbury, I must
She
ask you to accept
is
my
Lady
regrets.
Danbury.
So
Your
brilliant.
regrets are denied. The season's opening ball at Danbury House is a most highly sought-after invitation indeed. For every darling
just changing out the
debutante from
chandelier.
Park Lane to Regent Street will be on display.
That's insane. You're just gonna paint your house, and then what? When it's all done,
Right?
you just get it removed.
In our very own garden. I must show you my watercolors sometime, if you desire to see them.
And she's quite proficient on the pianoforte too.
I'm like, dating is weird enough without like doing it in a room full of people. Man in his Elvis coif.
Her dress is a butterfly. You can't tell. Oh yeah, he calls them all out.
Like, man, you out here shagging people against trees.
Yeah.
You ain't got you throwing
Exactly.
freaking rocks in glass houses.
I wonder if he was like this in the first book.
To be fair, I don't remember a lot of Anthony at all in the first book.
Mm.
They had a few conversations, and he was like really stressed out about the fact that he was obviously taking over the house. But
Yeah.
yeah,
My brother, he summons me.
He's in Dairy Girls.
Oh,
Miss Bridgerton!
who was he in Dairy Girl?
He's the guy that I think almost marries the aunt
Oh,
that worked in the photo
Pardon me.
shop thing.
Forgive me.
oh right.
Yes, thank you.
So this is different to the book. Like their first interaction, she was like in the hallway getting like chased down by, I think, that guy, and she like knocks him out.
Mm.
And then like the Duke like stumbles across them and is like, what the hell? And they have like a really fun interaction.
She knocks someone out and then the Duke stumbles upon it.
Yeah.
That
the
does
guy was, like-
happen.
Daphne.
Oh.
I believe Lord Weatherby.
But that was like their first interaction.
If only it
No.
was not time for us to retire.
Oh, Daphne's anything but weary. I shall stay with her. Oh, that would be lovely.
Daphne, there is nary a gentleman here who would not take your hand. You must think about this. The most perfect thing for you to do now is not to dance, but to leave them all wanting more. If anyone knows how this works, it is your eldest brother.
Really? Because aren't you unmarried?
Let it go.
Yeah.
Surely her mother would know, considering her mother's been through this.
Violet and Anthony get into a few fights this season.
Can you imagine sitting around with your family and it's like, oh yeah, no, boys want me.
It is
Oh, I
terribly
know.
early for you, dearest.
I should think so. You are in my seat.
Leave the room.
You are in my seat.
As such, an
Wow.
even rarer jewel
My
of only
God.
the most remarkable brilliance, fire, and luster has been unearthed. Her name,
The dog.
unknown to most, but soon known to all, is Miss
Jesus.
Marina Thompson.
So when this came out, did everyone know that Penelope was Lady Whistledown?
No.
Being wrong.
Unless you read
And
the books.
drawing room at
You didn't know.
Bridgerton
Yeah.
House currently appears to be emptier than the muddled head of her
Yeah.
dearest King George.
Oh, someone's mad. Oh, yeah. No, he
Look
shouldn't
at
be allowed it.
him.
You know, this is so bad. He reminds me of in Harry Potter, the rat Pettigrew.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's who he reminds me of.
You like to go.
Yeah. Oh. The rich list?
If it were not for an overzealous mother at every corner, this time of year in the city would not be so very dressed.
Those mothers simply want the same as you, I rather think.
For every last one of them to choke on their daughter's hair ribbons.
For you to claim a wife, Hastings. Are you truly not planning on taking your place in society when you have a duke?
I have a title.
Are you Mr. Bridgerton?
Exactly. Hypocrite.
This is my father's name. Never mind. And in any case, what of you?
What of me?
You are the firstborn Bridgerton of a firstborn Bridgerton 9 times over. Where is your wife? Is your plan to fuck her forever? Your mistress. You shall need to sire an heir.
I'm in possession of something that you are not. Brothers.
It has reached my ears that Mr. Colin Bridgerton
Yeah, but
shall be
still, isn't it your
awarded
job as
year's
the
grand
oldest?
prize when he sweeps Miss Thompson off her pretty little slippered feet. You could always send the willow far.
Her playing with the dog is so fucking funny.
As if Lord Featherington would
Why
I
are
get
you
that-
there? Why are you there?
Literally. Like, I get that, like, that's the whole point of how she is, like, able to be Lady Whistledown, is that
Yeah.
nobody
Other
notices she's
news,
there.
a
But,
most
like,
peculiar
how do you
suitor
not
for
notice
Miss
she's
Daphne
there?
Bridgerton
I know.
has emerged.
Daphne. Your caller.
Will it be just the two of us?
Look
Yet
at
again.
this guy.
Yes, you can.
Not the padding of the freaking couch.
Will not live till the end of the month. Surely another rumour provided by that vicious scandal-mongering writer. Should her degradation know no bounds?
She has
Angelina
a
is
beautiful voice.
I'm like, Angelina, is that
I
you?
suppose that you can withstand such scrutiny, since he is, after all, a man. His Grace was fortunate to have you there with him as a child, after what happened to his mother.
Opera's
Oh,
incredible, honestly.
he's not what Whistledown writes. So is Daphne. The Duke is quite fond of gooseberry pie.
Mama's
Very
playing
dish my cook is
matchmaker.
renowned for.
Yeah. Playing the system, these guys.
Uh-oh.
What are the children?
I realize it may be unfashionable, but we like each other. Most of the time. You should join us more often, Your Grace. Perhaps when we travel to our country seat, you would be most welcome. Through and through. And tell
Through and
me I'm
through.
wrong.
Who is to refrain from thinking about whom again?
I assure you, I'm anything but interested in you.
Good.
Quite.
And I anything but interested in you. The eldest sister of my oldest friend, yet another recent subject of a certain writer, chaste.
She's like,
Stage 1 complete. Hence why Anthony's at the complete other end of the table, and they're sat next to each other.
Here's a fight.
Daphne, then a Duke. I believe the two of you to be friends.
We are good friends, which is why I know he has absolutely no intention of marrying.
Well, you must understand, all men make that assertion. Your father.
Yeah, but sir, you've run off every other man, so like this is the last option.
Even if you were in want of a wife, you would most certainly not have the Duke anywhere near Daphne.
I fully subscribe to the belief that reformed dregs make the very best of us.
You will not make her happy. Daphne deserves better. And I know you think you are solving the problem, but you are not. And that is all I shall say about the matter.
I think they're both in the right.
For different reasons.
Yeah.
But the problem with like Anthony is that he's like he's a walking contradiction because like
it already is.
I wish to know something, Anthony. Tonight, when you leave this study that you continue to keep at your family home, are you to return to your bachelor lodgings across the square, or will you pay a visit to a certain soprano that you tend to in an apartment that you pay for on the other side of town, relying on your younger brothers to one day do the job that you cannot? You like to speak of responsibility. My dear son. Of duty? Pray tell, what should you know of it? I sit with her in that drawing room. Do you know what I see? A young woman who is terrified because she knows what kind of life, what kind of future awaits her should you continue to get in her way. If you're
yeah, like I think that that's like the biggest issue with like Anthony is that like he, I guess, partially doesn't want this role, but he has no option. He was born first. But it's also like you're a walking contradiction. You could have decided who you wanted her to be with, but instead you like got rid of everybody.
Yep.
I cannot see you anymore.
I do not understand.
It is not for you to understand.
Pen.
Colin, I did not know you would be here.
Sorry to disappoint. Have you seen Miss Thompson?
She is ill. My mama had to stay home with her. Papa had to chaperone. I'm quite enjoying the fact
Her
that
voice
he
is
here.
so high.
Mama would never allow
She's
me to wear
so
a dress
cute.
like this.
And I have only one more space remaining on my card at present.
How convenient.
Penelope, I did not see her.
I'm afraid I cannot offer you that dance, Miss Cowper. I am to escort Miss Featherington to the floor.
He
Snap,
sees
snap,
right
young
through
man.
her.
I do wonder what they used as menstrual products during this time.
I don't think they used anything.
Well, I mean, we know they bled through the sheets, but like on your everyday, like you can't just walk around and sit down somewhere and bleed through all your clothes.
And allow all
Maybe.
to overwhelm you.
Who's this Nigel Thornberry?
Who's what?
Was this Nigel Thornberry? Who is he?
He's the Barbara guy, the creepy one.
The creepy guy?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I thought he'd found somebody else.
No. What is this fucking outfit, first of all?
Yeah, what is she wearing?
You haven't bled. It's been over a month since your arrival, and you haven't bled. I suppose I should be happy. Up until now, I've had no legitimate excuse to dispense with you. But when Lord Featherington hears of this, when your own papa hears of this, please, I suppose I should be happy. And if it were guaranteed that my own ladies would not be affected by your revolting recklessness, I would be. Do you even know who the father is?
What I know is that you shall never understand.
What was that?
You shall never understand. Someone like you living this ridiculously charmed. Did you think I wanted to come here? To be around people like you, so out of touch, so severe.
Jesus Christ.
I know.
It's fucking unnecessary.
Yeah. She was bad. She's a bad mom.
Like, fucking wild. But also, like, why are you monitoring someone's, like, menstrual cycle? That's just, like, just insane behavior.
I mean, they are kids with that. This is,
as your husband.
You will never be my husband. I will never marry you. My brother, he made a mistake.
Do you think yourself better than me?
It would be best for you to leave.
You should be thanking me. I'm your last hope. No one wants you, Miss Bridgerton.
What are you doing?
Find out soon enough.
Stop it! Let go of me!
Oh,
There
okay.
you go.
So they just moved it.
Your Grace, I had no intention.
Of knocking the Klimp flat out.
And I'm alone with 2 men.
I believe you're only with one man. The other
I
is...
shall be compromised just the same. Do you have any idea what would happen if someone even suggested that I must go?
Marry me, Miss Bridgerton. Now, as
So
far as proposals go,
shut
that may be the least
Be
right.
forfeited indeed. I must go this way. You through those trees.
Perhaps there is an answer. To
This
our
is my
collective Lady
favorite
Whistledown history.
song and favorite dance of the whole series.
They have an incredible score on this series for sure.
I just love the way they did it. They shot it.
The color grading and everything is really pretty.
Mhm. It's so
It's just-
beautiful.
Yeah, a beautifully shot series for sure.
We can pretend to form an attachment. Presume surely must be precisely what we are. Me, unavailable. You, desirable.
And here's the fake dating trope.
Just so cute, which also just is never works out the way
Yeah.
it's supposed to. Because if you like someone enough to like fake dating them, then clearly there's obviously going to be more formed as you guys spend more time together.
Mhm.
Yeah. Closer. If this is to work, you must appear madly in love.
It is an absurd plan.
I find it quite brilliant, provided you do not wish to marry me, and I do not wish to marry you.
The contrast between the display and the like build up is so brilliant. To work on this set design and like Barbie set design would have been so much fun.
I know. I would want to be a
Those
dancer in the
naughty
background.
talents at the Vauxhall
Oh yeah,
celebration,
very cute.
You missed the most remarkable coup of the season. How the young miss secured her newfound suitor is yet to be determined.
Fuming.
Yet, if anyone shall reveal the circumstances of this match, it is I, yours truly, Lady
Whistledown.
Love that.
So good.
My very favorite song and dance sequence of the entire series. Right there.
So was that a cover, that last song?
No, that was just an original song
It's very
that they
pretty.
created for Bridgerton. So what would you rate that episode?
What would I rate that episode? Probably an 8 out of 10. Yeah, it's not normally a show that I would watch. Like, I'm not like a, I don't know, I'm not really a romance, like, show watcher.
Okay.
But yeah, like, it was really, I think, because I enjoy, like, visuals and, like, the entirety of, like, film creation, I think that's why I enjoyed this particularly so much, like, from set design to costumes to the score is beautiful. And, like, the time period then allows also, like, actors to play with pacing of words and how they structure what they say, which is, like, Lady Danbury is, like, absolute masterclass in the way that she structures her sentences. It's just, yeah, otherworldly. So, yeah, no, it's really pretty. And you can tell that they put so much money into it because, like...
You can tell it's a Shondaland fucking production.
Yeah, like, you gave her all of your money because... Even just little things like the pyrotechnics in that last song, in that last scene, and like the fireworks, it's like, well, if you had to reshoot that, the cost of having to reshoot that, if it was the real fireworks, for example, like,
yeah,
just that alone is a lot of money.
Oh, it's so beautiful. I like when a show evolves, but knowing, like, you've watched season 3. So you know it's 2 completely different shows. It feels like 2 completely different shows to me. And I almost miss season 1 because season 1, apart from season 3, is my favorite. So yeah, I just love the way season 1 feels. And
well, I feel like sometimes what happens, like, I think that happens a lot with a lot of different shows. Like, I mean, again, we're watching Xena, and I feel like Xena gets better as the seasons go on, which is very odd and doesn't normally happen with a lot of shows. And especially like last seasons are normally like terrible. Like I watched House. The last season of House is a write-off. The last season of Charmed, not worth watching. You know, Ghost Whisperer, the last season of Ghost Whisperer is not very good. So like, I feel like generally our shows get worse as like seasons go on because people are going to tune in regardless.
Yeah.
Because they're now hooked. So yeah, I think season 1s are always way prettier because you're trying to bring people into the world and get them attached to characters. And
yeah. But I do like the fact that every season has its own kind of vibe with it.
Which is, I guess,
color palette almost.
It's supposed to match the Bridgerton, right, of the time, because it's per book, so.
I love season 1 so much, actually. Now that I'm, like, thinking about it.
Well, this is going to be a good watch. That was really pretty, and, yeah. I mean, again, I know bits, because it's been in the background, but I haven't really watched it in its entirety, and, yeah. It's really pretty.
I'm excited.
Yay! It's very exciting.
But then you get to see all of, like, I think I'm more excited for you to see, like, the start of Colin and Penelope.
Yeah.
Than, because, I mean, season 1 is kind of really shitty for them, but season 2, they can get, like, they get better.
So it's a proper slow burn of a relationship.
Yeah.
Again, I think that those are ones that like I enjoy the most in shows is when it's like just you watch them just naturally like gravitate towards each other, rather than, you know, it's like, oh well, this is the relationship of the season, so it's going to be quite fast paced.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mr. Anthony being a pain in the ass.
Oh my god,
see how that goes.
Him in season 1 is just terrible. I don't know how he had fans in season 1, I'm not gonna lie.
Yes, I'm like...
He has good intentions, but he just... Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to watch how his, like, character evolves into being not an asshole, I guess.
So, I would say season 1 definitely sets up season 2 for him so well.
Well, that's good.
Because where he ends up at the end of season 1 is very much where he starts off in season 2. So
nice. Because like it's quite interesting the way that she wrote the books, because this is the only book that's out of order as far as like the age of the kids. So like, you know, after this it goes in age order. It goes Anthony, Benedict, Colin, who's next? Eloise, Francesca, George, and then Hyacinth. And so like it's just very interesting that she chose to pull Daphne out and put Daphne first.
That is true. I never thought about it that way.
Yeah.
But I guess it's because she's the one I can never say this right. Debuting. I did say it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the first one to debut, so that's probably why.
Which again is interesting because it's her third time.
In the book?
So like in the book, it's her third time. So it's like, well, okay, that's 3 years. It could have been her and Eloise debuting at the same time. So like it's very interesting that that's the way that they chose to pull it out.
Yeah. Because they definitely don't debut more than once in this series.
Well, doesn't technically Penelope debut? Well, not debut, but she does this whole thing another 2 times.
She just doesn't go in front of the queen again.
Well, yeah.
Which, I mean, I think that's called debuting. I mean, I think that's what they like reference that as being.
Right.
But yeah, they don't do it more than once their first year.
But that was Bridgerton. So first step into Bridgerton, so very exciting. We'll get through the rest of the season and then the rest of the seasons after that. So hopefully we can finish season 3 by the time season 4 comes out. And we'll have to slot Queen Charlotte in there somewhere. It might have to wait till after the season 4, but I don't know.
My
we'll find
bangs are not cooperating right now. Oh my
having
god.
a bang issue over here. But comment, like, subscribe, all of those fun things. Please don't spoil it in the comments, although I have kind of seen this season, and I've seen season 3, but refrain from spoilers. And then if you want the full reactions or you want early access to our videos, we do have a Patreon. You can join that down below, and we're a few weeks ahead on Patreon. So you can, watch where we're up to currently with Bridgerton, which who knows, we might be halfway through the season already. Hell, we might be finished, who knows. So yeah, but otherwise, we will see you on the next one. Bye.
Hope you enjoyed.